Well, disaster just struck. I was just in the middle of a planing session and of course the dust collector is running all the time in combination with my chip separator, and suddenly it made a hell of a noise, and let's say it moved from the filters being straight here to here on its own, as well as the bucket. And rotating this when everything is tightened down is pretty difficult, nearly impossible. Ugh. So, that was some brute force. The connection to the duct system also got dismantled. So let's see what caused this. Well, when it happened, I already knew the only thing causing this can be the blower. So let's see how much damage there is. Well, there you can see the whole blower housing got totally wrecked. Yeah. And when the blower housing looks like this, then you kind of get an idea how the impeller will look like. But before I can start investigating, I need to finish this planing. And well, therefore I already brought my small dust collector. So to answer that question, do you need a dust collector? No. You need two. Of course, the good news are that I didn't get injured or anything and nothing got damaged except for maybe the blower. But now enough talking, we all want to see this broken blower, so let's take a look. Last time the answer was already in the filter box, so let's see. Okay, that was one blade or fin of the impeller, and I have no idea what this piece is. This is not part of the dust collector. And there are also a few more things that shouldn't be there. Alright, I think I already know what happened, and this piece caused the damage. Because this being not a part of the dust collector, it probably got sucked into the blower, and well, a wooden impeller versus this bulky thing, just, disaster. But the question is, how could that even get into the blower? There's a cyclone separator where a large piece like this should drop into the bin immediately. And then there's also a protective screen in front of the blower that prevents exactly pieces like these from getting into it. So let's see what went wrong there. As you can see, the protective screen here is still intact. There's no damage at all. So now it will be really interesting how this piece could get into the blower. Alright, the impeller is in a pretty good condition. Only this single fin is missing or broken. Everything else is, well, untouched, pretty much. But unfortunately, that really doesn't answer the question where this piece came from. It's just not part of the dust collector. Alright, now after a little bit of investigating, I think I know what happened. As you can see, there's still a thin layer of MDF glued into the slot. And this impeller is spinning at about 2800 RPM. There are some bigger centrifugal forces going on there. Little side note, I know that centrifugal force doesn't really exist, and I could explain everything in the correct way, but everybody knows what I mean with centrifugal force, so I rather keep it simple. When you also take a closer look at MDF, a piece that got punched a little bit, it kind of separates in layers. As you can see, it's not really solid. And this in combination with the centrifugal force, this probably ripped off a little layer here, 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 and here where it was glued in. And with that coming loose, then it just got pushed out and into the blower wall. So I think it was a totally MDF failure because the glue is in pretty good shape here, with this thin layer of MDF still glued onto it. And I also found out that this little piece here I used in the filter box to separate these wire screens correctly so that I could close the door properly. And I really doubt that this got sucked up into the blowing end of the blower. That would have been really unfortunate. And even if, why would it then just destroy one of the fins and not all of them? So now one thing for sure is I won't use MDF for a impeller this size again. There's also a little more damage to the impeller. As you can see, this screw got pulled out a bit. And here are a couple burn marks. Inside the blower housing are a couple burn marks. And on the motor mounting plate are also a couple burn marks. And there are two screws that also came kind of loose. And the reason for that is pretty simple, because once one fin is missing, that just throws everything off balance and starts to wobble like crazy, and well, that just caused the rest. So the question now is what to do. This is not something I just can repair. It would probably take less time to just build the whole blower housing new. Same for the impeller. And when I'm building this new, then I can also build a new filter box which will accept more and bigger filters. Now if there's anything that I really would recommend any YouTube woodworker is to not announce a project that you have planned for the future. I have a couple examples why this is not a good idea. Anyways, this is an exception because I need to build a new blower. So that's what will be my next project. What I can also already say that this will be anything but a limited tools project. This will be an unlimited tools project because I really have to get this done quickly, because I really need that. Now another quick announcement, I also have prepared a proper video for this weekend, and it's a rather more special video. Reason being is, every year we organize a badminton tournament and I usually make gifts for all the participants, and of course they have to do something with woodworking, and the fact that I'm on YouTube, I also take video of that. 2 years ago I made the 98 bolts video, which was also kind of a more special video compared to my normal ones. And this year it is, well, you will see in the video. What I can already tell about it is that about 40 to 50 work hours went into the editing. It has been heavily color graded to achieve a certain look I wanted, and personally I would say it's the best editing job I did so far, so I really can recommend watching it. And if you do, I would also recommend to use headphones or something for good audio. It's worth it. Now that I teased you enough, it will be published somewhere on Sunday, or if you're one of my Patreon supporters, you can already watch it on Saturday. And that's it for now, because I really have to get started on building this new blower. And what's also surprising is that this thing here, it will probably take less time to the... Little side note, I know that centrifugal force doesn't really exist, and I could explain it in the